Now, let's see what we've got here. Right. I don't know if that's done anything. Has that worked? Has that worked? Hallelujah, right? I have absolutely no idea why that's happened. Presumably you can't see me though. I'm guessing you can't see me. Right, you can you see me? No, of course you can't. Of course you can't see me. This is an absolute piece of crap, this software. If I do that, as that now you can see me, I'm presuming, right? Is that still working? Right. Now, can you hear me though? Can you still hear me? Right. Yes. Right. Okay. We're getting there. Right. We're getting there. Right. Hang on. I'm just talking to Matt. Now I've got right. Now I've got to see if I can plug this in. Oh, because otherwise I can't hear what's going on. Oh, where the hell is the freaking? There we go. Right. There we go. Right. Okay. That all should be working now. Yeah? We're all good, yeah? We're all good? We got sound? We've got everything going, yeah? Do you know, this is what I absolutely cannot stand. There's no way that the game name can be right. This is insane. Look, look, the mic is a webcam mic because I haven't got a freaking, it's just, I haven't got enough USB ports to plug in a better microphone, so I'm having to use the webcam microphone. So there's nothing I can. I can change some settings. I mean, yeah, it probably is a bit loud actually. Looking at the levels here. Let me just turn that down a bit. That's probably a bit better. Sorry, I overreacted a bit there because I was just getting a bit irritated. See, I don't understand that either because I'm in this thing where I can edit the game and everything. And I've put it in as Deadly Premonition 2, and it still hasn't changed it. And I hate doing this. You know, I don't mind streaming if I'm streaming from my Xbox. Even that's awful, but even that's not too bad. I don't mind streaming from the PS4 because it's super easy. You just press the button and then it streams. This is an absolute ball ache to do, and I can't stand it. Anyway. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be playing Deadly Premonition 2 because it's just come out. Now, what's annoying about this is that I was intending to start this obviously at 9 o'clock. It's now I've wasted 15 minutes trying to get it working. I did test all this earlier and it was fine, and now this time it's not working, which has been annoying. But now it seems to be working all right. Now. The only other thing about this is I just want to get a beer, because that's the other thing I was going to do before this began. So I'm just going to get a beer. I'll be back in just a second. 1 second. Right. Right, there we go. That's that sorted out. So I wish I could turn the sound. Where the hell is the remote control? Oh, this has really put me in a bad mood. All of this has. I'm in a terrible mood now. To start this off, everything's a mess. The kids have left a mess everywhere, and I can't find everything. Right. I can't find my bottle opener either. I'm having to use a big, what's it called, opener? Like a can opener. I probably am sat on it, that's probably true. Oh, has it gone down the back? I just want to turn the sound up because I want to experience the full brilliance. Oh, I can't. Right. Oh, right, okay. Let's...
Media volume set to 100%.
What the hell's that mean? Oh. Right, okay, let's just open... Oh, I need to calm down. I really need to calm down. It's been a... Oh, this is no good! How am I supposed to open this with this? Oh, did it. I did it. Oh. Right, let's get that poured out. This will hopefully calm me down a bit. Right, anyway, this is Deadly Premonition 2. I've been looking forward to playing this. Where the hell has my controller gone? Where the hell's the controller gone? I don't even know. It's gone. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Right, okay. Right, I've got it, I found it. I found it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine, I found it. Still don't know where the TV remote's gone. I think the kids have lost it. It's, yeah, it's gone missing somewhere. Oh dear. Okay, breathe. I haven't even started the game yet and I'm super stressed. And look, I just poured that out and it's all gone. Look at that, look. That's going to take ages to get that down. The game's in the drive mat. It's fine. Anyway, I've been looking forward to playing this. I bought the physical version of the game, or Deadly Premonition 2. It says here, a cult classic mystery thriller returns. So that's exciting. But I mean, I went for the physical one because I wanted to get this. I've got, look, you've got like a nice little notebook, which I'm going to be using. And I've got my pencil. I've got a pencil ready, and I'm going to like write down stuff that happens, so then I know what's going on. So then, if there's puzzles and stuff, I won't get caught out. But then the best thing about it is this. I got this. Look. It also came with a map. Look at that. Look. It's pretty cool. It's like this massive map of the... I'm presuming this is the map of the city. Yeah. So it's got some stuff on it. I mean, I'm going to use this during the game, so I can just have a look and be like, oh, I'm there, or I'm there. But then also, I thought the map sounded like it was going to be great, but then I just saw, look, miniature one inside. Actually more useful, because it's more like sort of smaller size, easier to get to. Right. Actually, yeah, I probably should put that on the wall. But it still looks nice because it looks like it's like an old one. Yeah, that they've done it with like a tea bag or something. It's pretty cool. Right. Anyway, let's get that in there. I probably should start the game, shouldn't I? Where's my controller gone? Where have I put it then? There. Right. Okay. Right. Anyway, let's get going. Let's have a look at the configuration. So what are the options here? We'll leave auto save on, character names on, that all looks fine. Okay, what have we got here? That all looks fine, that looks fine. But what about the only thing I'm a bit worried about here is I'm not seeing something here for inverting the display. That's a bit of a worry. Because if I can't do that, I'm not going to be very pleased. Right. Right, okay, let's go. Let's begin Deadly Premonition 2. Pretty. Oh, that tastes so good. I like the way that the text there was kind of like, oh, that looks bad, like badly overlaid. Quality of that texture work. Deadly Punk's not watching this, obviously he's playing Animal Crossing. Traitor. That's horrible, look at that. That is horrible. Clarkson knows. That's a good point. I should change the logo. But I haven't done this for ages, have I? It's been a while. 88 hours later. Presumably the ice has melted.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Wow.
Quiet down?
Man, what a
You have any idea
move in
what
the direction it wants you to.
I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this? Does God hate me?
No. The Regional Bureau Chief merely issued a special order.
Okay.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
See, his hair looks pretty good, but his beard looks awful.
And no red, remember?
What?
It's open. Come on in.
It's York, isn't it? Well, obviously it's York. It said it was going to be. What? Why's it got a load of DVDs? Why is he smoking weed?
You have questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
No, this is Zach. Okay. Okay, let's okay, so it's like you have no control over the camera at all. Okay, let's hang up my coat. A lot of milk.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak.
Okay, so it's been naughty.
Do we have permission to film this?
God, man, this is shocking. Like the video visual quality is shocking. I think this looks worse than the original.
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Seriously.
What?
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Is he talking to Sweary there?
How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what
And
he's
it's like
thinking,
Sweary?
but
Fairy?
my eyes can't be deceived.
Okay, so what do I do?
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Right, so what we got? If I hold that, something happens. I'm not sure what that is. Zach's poker face. Okay, Zach's okay, so his indulgence appears to be weed. Let's inspect his trophies.
You solved many difficult cases across your career. Utilizing your own unique MO, you've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to, according to our records. After joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year. Then,
It's a bad year for serial killers.
in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own? There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team
Who
or
cares if you
working
solved
with
them?
anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
Partner.
Hey, no, says you go.
The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together. Besides, Belle,
I bet
you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
Okay, you can use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Hold L to use vision. Okay. So what am I supposed to be seeing with this? Okay, should we have a look at his indulgence?
Excuse me, Mr. Morgan, but would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes,
Oh, that was good.
You don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this minute.
What? If we say no?
Then I'll put it out myself.
Ooh. Stinking indulgence.
Using force.
just to be clear.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is Morgan's house.
Why's he got all that milk?
Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes. And I mean, come on.
Who hasn't smoked the odd
It's
doobie?
medicinal.
Exactly.
Right. Let's have a
Francis Zach Morgan.
I don't want to look at him. That's
He
fine.
was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too talented.
What does that mean? Okay, let's inspect Zach's poker
Hey,
face.
Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society.
I think he's being pretty presumptuous there.
Or perhaps
Just liked it.
it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche. We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
What?
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
Absolutely it is.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him.
This is,
I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
Alright, let's have a look at the files on the table.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Thanks, Rooster,
We
for the sub.
stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
That sounds sinister.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. And this is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
Why is there all that rubbish in the... never mind. Let's have a look at the check. Oh no, it won't let me.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
I mean, I'm presuming the cause of death is probably being cut up into pieces.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all.
Odd.
She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
Let's have a look at his unfinished chess game. If it will let me. There we go.
That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste, but the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games.
This guy is just like totally. He is a York fanboy, isn't he? Or Zach fanboy or whatever.
Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook.
He's totally just covering
right,
for everything.
I may
he's
not
got.
look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
So I nearly spilled all that when he just said chess life. I don't know why.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment. And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history.
When did she check that?
He was simply playing chess. All alone.
So... what's wrong with that, Belle?
I don't understand it.
I don't understand.
How could a
what's any of
single
her
human
business.
being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner.
Nice and legal.
We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
Okay, that was... Can I question him about this again?
Who is it? This My Fairy character you keep speaking to.
You can't see her? Such bad manners. You barge into our apartment, yet you don't even care about who else is living here.
Dissociative identity disorder. In the past, it was known as multiple personality disorder. You were subjected to an internal probe only once during your career, correct? They suspected that you had DID, but you denied it, and no problems arose during your test. Is this how you dealt with the psychological profiler back then, too? Saying strange things, weaving unrelated matters together. Is that how you slipped through?
You're free to draw your own conclusions, Belle. But my fairy clearly exists. She's been sitting right there, on your lap this entire time. Hey! Stop it! No violence allowed in here, Belle. Wouldn't want to scare my fairy, now would we?
What the hell was that? Okay. Yeah, that triangle is a bit odd, isn't it? Let's have a look at the photo of the body.
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these
Why
old
did she
files.
suddenly go,
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
I just want to know where this
Of
is going.
course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner, but we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
See, what's weird about this as well is this is basically like an extended, it's like a cutscene, but you have to like click through every single dialogue.
I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI
I mean, I can
protocol.
just skip through and just read it, but I thought, you know, do I miss out on the voice acting? Now, what happens if I hold that? Do we get anything? No.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to? Before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana, not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time.
It looks like it.
That man is our witness, aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve, which means that I didn't get to either.
He doesn't need to, he's got all that milk already there.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries.
You can't move the cursor in the L mode, I tried.
And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it.
He's lazy.
Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them.
Yes, if I do that... Yeah, look, the strangely clean spot.
Mr. Morgan.
Now we're going to find out what the triangle is.
I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels?
Hang on, who said that in the chat already? Has somebody already played this?
Something you didn't want us to see.
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon.
So, Deadbeat Punk, you've played this already, haven't you?
Don't touch the sanctuary.
Oh, come on. You can't do that. You can't come in here and just start spoiling it.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Oh.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more.
Oh, what's rummaging Simon up to?
Agent Jones? Did you find the files? Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Whoa!
He put his hand in the sanctuary.
Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of justice!
We told you. Go. Say back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Mr. Morgan? I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid?
Oh yeah, it's red, isn't it? Yeah.
Everything should be fine now.
I'm wearing a glove.
I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking.
Putting your hand in... Well, putting my hand in your sanctuary.
I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
Don't ever touch one again.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red.
Thanks, XPD, for the sub.
And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Right, okay, let's have a look at... No, let's have a look at the heavy-duty shredder.
This is a very large shredder.
It is.
Is there something you don't want people finding out about?
Good question. But we never know when some curious civil servants may come and sift through our trash now, do we?
You're already retired. What are you so worried about?
It's just a simple habit from back when we were still on duty. Didn't they bang that into your head when you were up in Quantico? Some habits are hard to break, no matter how hard you try.
You're right. Insert coins. There's a red button there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to say the same thing. The sofa does look like that. Let's have a look at this other clean spot.
Could you tell me what
Triangle.
exactly the word sanctuary means to you?
Sanctuaries are sanctuaries. Nothing more and nothing less.
That doesn't explain anything.
Why do you wish to know?
Just curious.
Belle, you're a much ruder person than you initially seemed to be.
No,
Don't
she's
you
pretty rude
agree,
with
my
me.
fairy? What do our sanctuary? If you're out of questions, then how about just going home?
Hey, mind if I jump in here?
Go for it, Simon. Just don't touch the sanctuary.
What is it, Simon? We hope you've got a real question for us.
Well, actually, I'm also a little curious myself. No one's supposed to touch any sanctuary, right?
That's what we said.
What about you, though? You can't even touch them yourself? Are there any extenuating circumstances?
What are you getting at?
I mean, I doubt if any of this really matters, but if no one can touch the sanctuaries, then how do you clean them?
Why is it all gone quiet? Okay, we're not going to get an answer to that then.
Mr. Morgan? I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
just mucking him off.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you trauma?
Sorry, I shouldn't skip that.
It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Why did you keep calling Lou Carre? It looks like Le Carre to me.
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
Right, we've got a clock, a honeycomb, and... Right, what else have we got here? Let's go for honeycomb in a jar.
That's royal jelly.
Huh?
You were staring at the jar, weren't you? Do you find it strange
I can't
that there's
search his jacket
honeycomb
every time
inside?
because I can't turn him over.
We wanted to harvest royal jelly in its most
Yes,
natural
that was something
state.
that I shouldn't... I don't understand.
The queen's main food source, created from the worker bee's secretions. It's a perfect food, filled with power, meant to fuel by absorbing it into our own
Yeah,
bodies.
that's what I thought. I thought it was an LA
We
come up.
too can acquire that power. Incidentally, did you know that all the worker bees are female?
No.
Guess they didn't teach you that at Quantico. Male bees are only born to inseminate, and they're born from unfertilized eggs to boot. They have short lives and don't even get stingers. Sort of feels like a glimpse into the future of our society, wouldn't you agree?
Nope.
Women are gifted with the power to conceive, give birth, and nourish their children. But men are consumed with the job of providing women with the chance to do so. If women no longer had to rely on men for the seeds of life, they would soon cease to desire them, we believe. Be careful, Simon.
Huh? Of what?
Your Belle's already stolen the reins from you.
This is weird. Let's take a look at the clock in the trash.
The silver clock in that trash pile.
It certainly is.
Is that an H5?
That's right. John Harrison's fifth chronometer.
I mean,
completed in
I
1770.
had a glance at some of the reviews, and I'm led to believe there's quite a lot of very problematic stuff in this game.
After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect. We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
Shut up, Simon.
I disagree.
Oh? Why?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays, people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy. I don't mean to side with the Board of Longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone. We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
What if it's cloudy or storming?
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and a love
This has
for
been
adventure.
45 minutes. Any of this. This is insane.
Come on, Belle. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pals' courage and adventure.
Hey, hold on a second here. That board of longitude thing. What the heck is that? I mean,
Shut up,
I've
Simon.
heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember? I just
I'm clever, honestly.
can't remember it right now. I'm telling the truth. Come on, Aaliyah, back me up here. Aaliyah?
That's it, just ignore him. Oh, this is the
Mr.
best
Morgan,
thing about this.
please look at this.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan. This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
Red.
Zakari.
Red tree. Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case, they're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
What are these
Figured
trees?
it out.
Red trees.
I want the truth.
It's got to be the Red Sea.
Tell me everything you know.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes, it was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Oh my goodness. I mean, look, that's like... That's getting on for nearly an hour of like an opener before we get these credits.
Never a choice.
Incredible.
When somebody needs you, you can't turn away. You're their only lifeline.
I've got to say though,
Just a hero.
I'm already kind of enjoying this. This is
Working
very
alone.
terrible pacing, but funny. Oh dear.
Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been
Who's
long
that?
forgotten, but it haunts me, my destiny to be alone.
Actually, I think I'm going to enjoy this stream, honestly. I think it's going to be fine.
There's a time when you see life for what it's gotta be. You should know
Hell with these
they'll
images.
destroy you. Come to me to keep
Yeah, they did. They definitely
searching.
spent all the budget on this.
Walk alone.
Right, he's got a red tie there. It really was quite a cool change. Right, I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to do anything. I'll tell you what, there was an update for this when I put the card in. Maybe it's been patched and now all the frame rate problems I've heard about have been fixed.
Zach.
So we're back with York now.
Zach. Can you hear me, Zach? There you are, Zach. Sleeping again? Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
Here we go. Here we go. Maybe. I mean, presumably.
Isn't that right, Zach?
That 2 there doesn't really work. Doesn't look like a hill.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us. Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms.
He's devilishly handsome.
She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here.
That is
And
an
the
interesting
name of
breakfast,
this wonderful
lobster.
town, Le Carre. Sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
Hey, David.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to
That
Zach.
pineapple looks like people's
Zach?
faces.
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
Right, okay, what should we go for?
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
What do you know about the Clarksons' house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe or nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind. Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got the know-how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart, and when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the Deep South for you. This murder ain't like that, though.
They're definitely, yeah, quite a few stereotypes here.
A little kid got killed, a weird way, like something on a TV show. The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief, right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans.
I wouldn't have done so.
They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat people. That's my point. Cat people. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the
I'm only going
ultimate
to be doing
muse
another
of the
15
80s.
minutes or so, but, you know, it's, this is certainly going to be interesting, I think.
The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
Another vital element of cat people is the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period. You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
Whatever you say, mister. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
God.
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Now that is a sentence. I just can't seem to keep... I can't even... That's just amazing. What an amazing sentence.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
An altar?
Like something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Nah. Wasn't nothing like that.
It's true, it is his gimmick.
Just
I mean, we had loads of
a
conversations about that
altar.
when we were driving around in the first game.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces. Scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
That doesn't sound good.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I...
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Another mode?
Want to hear the details?
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
That's exactly how I feel.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible, especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana, so I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning
This
system.
is like Alan Partridge.
A hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars. Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we've finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter, 1984, directed by Nick Castle. It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised? No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it.
It's not an electric skateboard though. That's
By
the
the
problem.
10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery. Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
Okay, I don't know what's happened there, but I mean, I can vote it. This summer's going to be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Not sure what happened there.
Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach? Zach.
Please say we're going to get another credit sequence now, because that would be amazing.
The searing light. These scents. It's the deep South. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
He's eaten none of it.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Yeah.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
I agree with him on that. So far there has been minimal interactivity here. That's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. Right, looks like I can... okay, and I can't invert controls, that's going to be a problem. This looks worse than the 360 version of the, what's it called, the original game. It really does. Whew. No one to talk to here. Look at it. Look at it. Oh man, it looks dreadful. Alright, so I mean, there must be some way I can change the controls, surely. No. Right, so York stays, was that room 208? I think that said. Bang on though. Right, let's go this way. Can't go down there yet. That's 201. There we go, there's a big red thing here. Right, hang on. I think I ought to make my first note in my notebook here so that I can remember, because this might be a key point. So we go to York stays in room 208. There we go. That's my first note. Sharp suit.
Sang Rouge. We've been chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach?
What? Is that Scientologist? So hang on, you can, but then it's not mentioned how.
I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case.
Okay, we're going to get another hour-long cutscene.
Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto. I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
I've had quite enough of that already.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana, and Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow. The 16-year-old girl who was murdered, her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Okay, that's good.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line, a genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
That's good. All right. Oh, I don't like all this. Okay, that's...
I'm very satisfied with the decoration, and it's even got a security box. It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of modern civilization.
I ain't gonna be changing my clothes. I'm hoping there's gonna be flies in this.
Due to the nature of our work. But Zach, do you know what I hate most about living out of a hotel? Shower pressure. The shower was invented so that human beings could quickly bathe in large quantities of water, correct? Yet there are far too many hotels in our nation that have showers with embarrassingly weak water pressure. It's an outrage. And
I do agree with you about that. What's happened there? I didn't want to actually have a shower. Now, the thing is I'm actually going to stop at this point. Because, I mean, it's been, you know, generally I like these streams to be about an hour and a half or so, and, you know, I feel this is probably a good point to end for this week. But next week I'll be back, and I'll be doing, obviously, longer, you know, like, because there won't be all the technical problems there were at the start of the stream, so it should all be good. What the hell is that? Okay, yeah, so... I'll be back next week, and I'll continue with this because then we can find out who's coming, who's at the door, which will be good. But thanks for watching, especially with all the technical problems that were at the beginning. I appreciate it, and I'll be back next week for more of this. I think this is going to be interesting. I just want to make sure that I'm definitely saving, because I really... That's a worry. I've got, oh no, there we go. Right, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I was worried because I'd saved a second ago and it hadn't saved it, because that would be really, really bad. But yeah, I'll be back next week. Matt's back on Sunday for the Hitman stream. And yeah, and then more stuff, obviously. There's always loads of stuff going on. I think we're doing something on Sunday with Ubisoft, which should be good. Oh, sorry. A bit tired, but yeah, thanks, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, Sean probably on Tuesday, I'd imagine. Is Sunday something else? Sometimes just, I don't know. Is it that? I don't know. It's something like that. I mean, I'm sure something's happening. There's always something happening. And I'll get shouted out about it because I haven't done something or other. But yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.